right, let's do it.
We're live.
We're live. All right.
Live, live, live. First one up is the woman suspected of sending poisoned rice into Trump,
All right,
which is
perfect.
pretty
Go on.
interesting if you ask me. Send it through the mail thinking you're gonna kill Trump.
Well, I think that yeah, I mean, if you've seen, I think that this is like the person who's seen Breaking Bad one too many times and
If you've
decides to
seen,
take their
I,
poison methods and fucking use it. I wonder if you could like blame Breaking Bad for this extreme behavior that's
Yeah,
being seen. You know what I mean? Like where everyone seems to just get blamed for the actions of their fans, essentially. I wonder if you can blame a TV show that used rice and tried to kill someone once to fucking say that, oh, this person's fucking become an extremist because
Breaking
of
Bad's
fucking
done.
Walter White.
It's canceled.
Breaking Bad canceled. Fucking cancel Breaking Bad.
It's canceled.
Um, I think it was interesting because she then fucking tries to take like a gun across the border to the US, and I was reading the comments on the fucking Reddit page,
Mm.
and like people are sort of sitting there going, "Oh, I can't believe she tried taking a gun into the US." But I don't know, man. Like I've been to the US, I've been through the US border. They've never checked my fucking car. I've never tried to send rice into the fucking police either, so to the president either. So I guess
Yeah,
that's probably why they did it.
it's. I think they have pretty. I think since the TSA thing, they probably have. But you said you've been to the U.S. and they've never investigated your car or anything like that. They just chuck you through if it's. Do they? They must have
The first
X-ray. Do
time
they have
I-
the X-ray scanners and stuff?
No, I didn't get X-ray scanned. The first time I ever went across, they really fucked with me. Actually, the guy that I was fucking, this big fucking roid head, like just
Right.
like the most cop fucking guy you could ever fucking imagine, was like sitting there behind a desk, basically, like interrogating me as to why I was in Canada without a job. Like he's like, how did you afford to come here? I'm like, with a fucking job, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? I don't know. Like, he's like, oh, well, so have you got enough money to be here for 6 months? I'm like, yeah, I've been here for like 4 months, man. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not just about to run out of money, and like my way to fucking get myself out of this situation was convince my girlfriend and my girlfriend's parents to take a holiday down to New York. Like, I don't know how that solves any. Like, I don't know why. It was an hour and a fucking half of just a nightmare situation.
Jesus.
I hated it. But
And it was through the car. But
other than that,
this was through the like driving through the border.
this was driving through the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
And
I've
I
never
mean,
driven through it. Like I know, like at the airport, they're very kind of like they really check you out. Although a friend, someone that I know got through with some stuff that they didn't even know he had on him. Right? That's how kind of
Yeah.
they let things go through there. But like when my dad went through the like 10 years ago, he was bringing a boat back from the U.S. and the car had it's one of those vans where it has the automatic doors. And they open the door when he was in drive, and when you do that, it goes beep, beep, beep. They all drew assault rifles on him, told him to put his hands up. Like they were screaming at him. They thought it was a bomb, right? This is only a couple years after 9/11, and so he chucked it in park, and then I guess it was good. But yeah, that's why I was.
really.
It says here too that they have it's sorted and screened at an off-site facility, which makes sense. So I mean, yeah, I don't know.
But well, that's the thing. I think that what they'll do if they suspect you of anything is sort of just pull you to a screening area. Like I had to go upstairs into a building for my interrogation with Detective Douche, and it was really fucking annoying. But I mean, at the same time, like I don't understand why this woman is trying to go to the US with a gun. I also don't understand why everyone thinks that fucking Trump needs a bullet. Like, I really don't get that. Like, it was such a fucking weird scenario. Okay, so when I first moved to Vancouver recently, I was outside smoking a joint, like, at night, and my neighbor came out, and she was smoking a cigarette or something like that, and first time I met her. Like, we were having a conversation. This is just a stranger in my eyes, right? And we're, like, talking for 2 seconds, and out of nowhere, she's like, and, I just think that Trump needs a fucking bullet, man. You know, I know maybe I shouldn't say that, but he just needs a bullet. And it's like, what? How are you so angry by this dude that you're like advocating for his life to be taken away at this point?
This is one of the first nights you said you were at.
This is the first time I fucking had a conversation with her. Like, who's going up to strangers and talking like that?
Could she have heard you talking about Trump through the wall, maybe?
If anything, she's probably only heard like pro-Trump stuff anyway. Not that I'm necessarily pro-Trump, but like she would have heard like Steven Crowder or Ben Shapiro or someone like that talking through the fucking wall, maybe. But at that point, you're going up to potentially a pro-Trump person saying that you're going to put a bullet in the guy's head, and I don't understand why you would fucking do that. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, technically that's illegal for her to say that, eh? Like you could report, like, technically, not that you should. I don't think you should, but
because it's terrorism, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
it's a threat on the president's life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing. If anyone was saying like, "Oh, Trudeau deserves to get a bullet" or whatever, I'd be pretty fucking shocked, honestly. Like, I don't think that any like Western politician genuinely deserves death. Not even fucking Trump.
Yeah, pretty much. Did you see when they had the guillotine? I'll see if I can pull it up on the screen. You see when they had the guillotine in front of the White House?
I heard that that was in front of like Jeff Bezos' place, right?
No, in front of the White House. They had a fake Trump set up with a guillotine over his head, and yeah, in front of the White House.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me
I'll send you the link.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, there's no there. It's the second reply. Which is pretty wild when you think like people are at that point that they're willing to risk they're posing next to Trump in a guillotine. Like, that's just wild.
Well, and this is the thing that I'm not really understanding. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't understand. Like, why? I guess they're all wearing fucking masks, right? Like, that's the reason why they're okay with going out and doing that. Because, look, I'm sure that's free speech as well at the end of the day. Like, it really is. Well, maybe it's not, actually. I don't know if putting a guillotine out there is speech or if that's a threat.
I mean,
that could be a threat, right?
You know it's a threat, but it would be hard to prove. You could say, I think legally you could easily say, well, that's someone else.
I don't know. Can I put a guillotine outside your house?
True.
Am I allowed to just go outside random citizens' houses and start putting fucking guillotines out there and threatening them? Like, because that's a threatening action, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you put a guillotine out the front of my house, I don't think that you're just trying to say something. I think that you're making a threat at that point.
Well,
like, to me,
there's those
I
people
don't know.
that
I'm
get
not
arrested.
a fucking lawyer. I have no idea. But like, to me, it feels like if you put a guillotine out in front of my house, or if you all turn up to my house with AK-47s, I'd get the picture. You want me dead, right? Like, isn't that what you're saying? Like,
well, it's like the NASCAR driver that had the noose. You know, or it wasn't actually a noose, but it was he thought it was a noose in his garage, or the race crimes where they stick like a cross and burn it in front of like someone's house. So yeah, that's like a very valid point. It's the same thing, and people get in real big trouble for that.
Like, the KKK used to burn crosses out the front of people's houses, right? Like, that has to be less threatening than a guillotine, doesn't it?